Hello, let's solve a star battle puzzle. This one's called Diamond. It's by Grant Fikes. I sourced this from GM Puzzles. There's a link in the description if you want to try it. You may know this as Queens or Stars or Starstruck. Star Battle is the original name, and all these other places are renaming it, I guess, because they don't like the word battle. But anyway, it's all the same. And Star Battles traditionally can be anywhere, any number of stars you want. This is a two-star battle. And what that means is in every row, every column, and every region, these bold outline regions, we need to place exactly 2 stars, no more, no less. The only other rule is stars can't touch each other, even diagonally. And that's it. I'm going to get started right now. Okay. So, a really, really handy tool for analysis here, and I'm going to use my pen tool to kind of help demonstrate what I'm seeing. Really handy tool for analysis that's kind of the Starstruck 101 is that in a 2x2 area, you can have only 1 star, because as soon as you place a star, it X's out all the ones around it. So what we can do is a lot of regions can be kind of analyzed as 2x2 blocks. So for example, this region here, we'll use this dot here to represent this whole 2x2 area. This 2x2 area can only have 1 star, but the whole region needs 2 stars. And this 2x2 area can only have 1 star. And so that's what happens. And so there's not going to be a star here because it needs to be in these regions. But also it would touch the star that ends up here. So now I'm immediately seeing these 2 columns here. So in 2 columns, we're expecting exactly 4 stars, 2 per column. Now we know 1 is here. We also know that this big region here has 2 exactly within those 2 columns, but that's only 3. So we need a 4th star, and this is the only one that can fulfill that. So we can X all around it. And now we know this 2x2 will have a star, and this 2x2 will have a star to finish that region. Okay. This region here needs this 2x2 and this 2x2, meaning these are out. I'm noticing this row now has 3 stars already marked. There's one here. These top 2 rows. There's one here, and one here. So if there's 3 stars marked in these top 2 rows, this whole area here only gets 1 star, but the region needs 2 of them. So this is where the second one goes. All right. And then that has reduced 1 star to be in one of these 2. Something to keep in mind. I don't think we can do anything immediately with it. So we can just move this up, I guess. That might help. What about this region now? One in these 4, and one in these 4. This 2x2, this 2x2. So not here. One in these 2 means that's not in. Anything else? This region here, we got 1 in these 2 and 1 in these 3. So that's 3 stars guaranteed. We've got 1 in these bottom 2 rows. We've got 2. We've got 3. So the 4th one could be here, or it could be here. If the 4th one wasn't here, we would need it to be here and here. I wonder if we can look at this the other way, these 2 rows. So we have 1 star. We could have 1 here, we could have 1 here, and we could have 1 here, right? So that's what we got to do in order to get 3 more stars in those 2 rows. So we're going to need 1 here, we're going to need 1 here, and we're going to need 1 here, for what it's worth. So if we place a star here, well, hold on. Yeah, I'm not sure that there's like a good deduction out of that. Okay, maybe there's somewhere else I should be looking that's a lot easier to work with. Maybe this middle region has something going for it. It could be in these 2 rows entirely, or it could be here. But it's got at least 1 up here in these 2 rows. Okay, so like this one here, this is going to be 1. So for these 2 rows, this is going to be 1. This is obviously 1. That's number 2. I suppose we could do 3. So I guess we're going to have 1 in this. So we have 1 here. The 2 is over here. This area here can be divided. And this is going to be 3 and 4. So we can just mark, oops, undo. We can just mark those. I have a lot of markings, but nothing too useful at the moment. The overlapping ones are particularly useless, but maybe it has to do with these columns here. Yeah, I think so. So I just noticed these 2 columns. Maybe I should have been working right to left or something. So we definitely have 1 here. We have 2 here. We have 3 here. And then this is our 4th. So these aren't in. So we can X those 2. And so this 2 by 2 needed it. It's not in these 2, so now it's in one of these 2. Now, whenever you reduce to 2, oh, this is reduced to 2 as well. I should have used that. Oh, I could have just been using that. I made this harder than it needed to be, as always. Anyway, when we're down to 2, we know there's a star here or a star here. That's going to eliminate the 2 to the left and the 2 to the right because they would touch wherever that star ends up. And so that means that this one is now down to these 2, which continues to there. Now this one's down to these 2. So we get this vertical, this vertical, this vertical. And then down here, one of these 2 means that's out, which actually places this star. And we can surround the star with X's, which then places that star. And then this is the last star for the region. Okay. This is moved down to here, so that's out. This is moved down to here. So that's 2 for the row, so the rest of the row's out. So this is now here. And we need one of these 2, which means these are out. Which means this has to be in for that dot we had there. That's surrounded. Okay, we can actually eliminate this one. I mean, this is a bit silly, but it would touch these 2. And the column, so if we had a star here, it would touch these 2, but this column would be done because it already has a star, and so that would be out as well, and that breaks our dot. So that one's out. We get 1 star in here. All right, so what's our next step here? This one's out for a similar reason. Touches these 2 would be the second for this row. I need more than that. It's always annoying to find like a trivial deduction you've been ignoring for 5 minutes, but that happens. I need to find like a column that's restricted here. Okay, so these 2 columns, maybe we do just move right to left here. These 2 columns, notice we have 2 stars already. That's 1, 2, and then a 3rd one here and a 4th one here. So this one can't be in. That would be a 5th one. And that places this star, which places that star. 2 in this column places that star. We need a 2nd one in this column. We don't need a 3rd one in that column. All right. What's next? We know there's one of these 2 and there's that one. So the rest of this row's out. So that means that these 2 have to be in order for that to work. That places this one. That places that one. 2 in this column places that one. That places that one and that one. And now 2 in that column, that's our last one. All right. I definitely could have done that faster, but you know, that's the danger of live solves, right? I get to solve it once and then I publish. So if I had solved that again, I think there were a couple strategies. Would it be interesting to do it again? I might as well. Maybe it'll be fast. We'll see how fast it goes, but wait, how am I getting 2 in this row? Okay, I made a mistake. Let's start over again. This is silly. I just wanted to see like what the smooth path was, but I made too many mistakes trying to go too fast here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do these top 2 rows to place that one. Okay, we're going to do the right columns to place that one. We're going to do one of these two to place this. Now we need one in these two, which gets rid of that, which places that. That puts in one of these two, which removes the rest of this row. One of these two. We're going to need one in these four. Oh, that's out because of these two. So we need one in these three. We also need one in these four, so these two are out. I was going to do these columns from left to right. Let's see if that still works. Yeah, that one's out because 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these next two columns, we've got 1, 2, 3. Maybe not these columns, maybe not this yet. Is there another deduction that I missed? Probably. This and this are in. Oh, right. I need here and here for this region. And so I'm definitely going to need one in here. So that's out. And so now this column's going to need one here. That's interesting. And then one of these two. So that's out. And these two are out. One of these two. Okay. This is our second one for this region. One of these four. So is it this column now? Which two columns would it be? These two columns? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We did that. Oopsie. 2 here. Ah, we need 2 in this column. They go here and here. This is a very different solve than last time, but it feels pretty clean. One of these two. What's going to happen here? Maybe it's up here that I need to think about. That's, oh, this is out because of that guy. So that's one of these two. That takes out the rest of this row. That does place these two, which does place this one. And that one. And that one. Which places that one and that one and that one and that one. Oops. Oh, we're fine. That one. And that one. All right. I didn't time that one, unfortunately. Third time's a charm. Anyway, that seemed like the smooth path there. Minimal deductions, but maybe there was an even smoother one. But I'm not going to do a fourth time. Anyway, how'd you do?